G'day folks, this afternoon I'm going trout fishing in a small stream with micro spoons.
Hey you!
You're watching Robbie Fishing. It's no secret that spoons are great lures for trout. People trawl trout on them in lakes, people catch trout on them in big rivers, but these micro spoons by Strike Tiger are dynamite in the small streams. Now I've used these micro spoons on my channel before, but Strike Tiger have just released a few new colours, including this one, which is the green perch, and their new colours have got UV in them, which is meant to help them stand out more to the fish. Anyway, let's go and see if we can trick some trout into taking my new UV enhanced Strike Tiger micro spoons. Now there's a few things you need to know about these micro spoons. They're a bit harder to use than a lot of other lures. They can be deadly effective, but there are a few tricks of the trade and I'll run through them in this video. And another thing, I've got something against me, and that is that 2 days ago it was Melbourne Cup Day. It's the Thursday after Melbourne Cup weekend and there were people everywhere. So I could find the fish quite flighty and reluctant to strike. But anyway, we'll make our way upstream and just see what the afternoon brings. Come on fishies, got to be here. That bird sounds nice, whatever it is. Oh, there's a swell. First fish I've seen. The water's quite off colour after rain last night. That was the first fish I've seen. I've been fishing for about 20 minutes or so and haven't even seen a fish. Last weekend being a long weekend, the water being off colour because of the rain, I was starting to have my doubts. Now I've just had my first swirl. I never felt any weight. Oh, there he is, got him. Oh. He snapped my line, look. Gone. You know what, that is, I must have done a dodgy knot. I must have tied a bad knot. Oh, can you believe that? I just hooked my very first fish on the new UV coloured Strike Tiger micro spoon and the line snapped. It didn't even snap at the knot. I wonder if I had a weak spot in my line. It didn't snap at the knot. I've never had, normally when the line breaks, it breaks at the knot because of a poor knot, and I've had that happen to me a few times. But this time it didn't break at the knot. I don't know what happened. Well, I hooked one and I didn't land it. That's a bit of a bugger. Right, now I've just tied on a new lure and thankfully I've got another green perch spoon in my bag. This is the last one. I've got two with me this colour. Now I often say to people, you should always try and find the positives in everything, and there is positives in most things if you're willing to look hard enough. Now that sucks. It sucks that I lost the fish, it sucks that I lost the lure, it sucks that I'm not really sure what happened. The line just broke not near the knot, like up the line. But there is a positive, and the positive is he was willing to come out and hit it. So if he was, as I walk further upstream I should find others that are willing. And he hit it twice and he hooked up, so they're very good positives, they're very good signs. God, if ever I was going to catch a trout, it'd be in this hole, wouldn't it? And I have got him, yes. Right, let's see if I can not lose this one. I wouldn't mind landing one. It's only the second fish I've seen. It's only the second fish I've seen, and I'm regretting not bringing my landing net that Brendan gave me. I don't use it a lot in streams because of the blackberries and stuff, but this stream's not too bad. Right, I want to get a quick photo of him before if he gets off, he gets off. The fish's welfare is my priority over the photo. Come on, mate, come on. Just get a quick pic, then we'll get you back in the drink, eh? Right, now I've got no idea how those photos come out. Lovely brown, geez, got to be in the mid-30s. See you later, mate. Lovely brown trout hooked on the green perch colour Strike Tiger micro spoon. Green perch, one of the new ones. You beauty. I've only seen the two fish, I've hooked them both. There's a lot of footprints along the creek, and I suspect the creek's copped a bit of a pizzling last weekend. A lot of people have probably fished it and the fish might be quite shy. But so far I've found 2, I've hooked them both and I've lost one due to a line fail, and I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see if I can catch a 3rd. Now I've just dropped my mobile phone in the creek, so I'm not sure how good that's going to be, so I've turned it off. These phones, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, they're actually waterproof, but this isn't in very good shape. It's got cracks on the screen protector, and I fear that the water could have got in through the cracks. The camera's been playing up, so I don't know whether those photos are any good. I desperately need to get a new phone. I've been due for one for a long time, but I just haven't worried about going to get one. Now I just want to talk to you a little bit about these Striped Tiger micro spoons. Give you a couple of pointers. They're very light, very small and very light. They're ideal for these small streams, as you just saw when I caught that trout. They're okay in lakes, particularly the stocked trout in the winter time when they stock the trout for the school holidays. Those trout love them. But the issue with them in still water is they don't cast very far because they're light. They're not great in lakes because they don't have a lot of casting distance, but they will work. In these streams where you don't need to cast 50 metres, they work a treat. Because they're very light, they generally tend to swim very shallow, and they don't take too much movement, too much speed to get them to work. So when you've got a bit of a run like this with a bit of current, you just need it to go a little bit faster than the current. If you go too fast, it'll just come straight to the top. If you're in still water, it's a nice slow retrieve. I retrieve these micro spoons a lot slower than I would retrieve a bladed spinner or a soft plastic or anything else, because if you go too fast, they'll go around and they'll come up to the surface. So a nice slow retrieve. They're not really good for working upstream against the current because the current will push them up near the surface. But for bringing them down through a pool like this in a little stream, they are awesome. If I just cast that out now, I'm retrieving that nice and slowly. And I can see that, now here it comes, I can see that coming through the water, and that looks ideal. And that's what you want. That's wobbling, and that's what they call these things. Wobblers. They don't call them wobblers for no reason. That's wobbling through there beautifully. If there was less current, I'd go even slower. If there was more current, I could work it faster. They're great for working with the current when the current's really fast, because you don't have to reel at 100 mile an hour to get the lure to work. You just need it to go a little bit faster than the current. One issue with them, wind. Today's very windy. Down here in the gully it's not so bad, but the wind can really throw the casting out because they're so light. But that goes for any light lure, not just these Striped Tiger micro spoons. The best spots for them are streams just like this, the small streams, because they just work an absolute treat. I've only found 2 fish today and they've both hit it. Oh, got him! Just as I was about to lift it out of the water. Wow, the 3rd one. I was just sitting here thinking I'm definitely fishing for some pressured fish. I've had 2 or 3 casts and haven't seen any, and it's been a while since I caught that last one when I dropped my phone. But along came another one. You beauty, come on buddy. I won't get a photo because my phone's off, because I dropped it in the creek. There you go folks, lovely brown trout of around 30 centimetres. I'll put him back in the water. I'll put my GoPro back on my noggin, back on my scone, and now I'll unhook him. Come on mate. Just pinned in the side of the mouth there. Brown trout. See you later mate. You little beauty! Oh, there's a swirl, got him! Oh, whoa, nice fish, nice fish. I was only just thinking about an absolute monster that I saw in this spot in the 1990s. This is a lovely trout. Come on, mate. Whoa. I'll tell you about the fish in the 1990s in a minute. Would have been 4 pound, I reckon. Ugh. Look at that for a lovely brown. Uh-oh. That is an absolute ripper. He'd be over 40 centimetres long, I reckon. I'll get him back in the water and get him unhooked. Come here, mate. I'll get that spoon out of your gob. Hey. Put that over there. Righto, Trout. Beautiful brownie. Pumped. Now I know the audio is going to be crap because there's water in the microphone, because that's what happens. I'll shake it and see if that helps. In the 1990s I was fishing here with my friend Tony Alfieri. That part of the creek wasn't there, it was skinny, and it came around there. There's a little gully that runs in here, and there was a deep hole under the gully, and I cast my lure out. I forget what it was, it's nearly 30 years ago, it was 1993. And the trout that followed it out must have been 60 centimetres long and very, very fat. It was a true monster. And every single time I fished this pool since, I've thought about that moment. Just like the rest of the creek, the stream has undergone a lot of changes since then. There's pools where there wasn't pools, shallow bits where there used to be pools, wide bits where it used to be skinny. It's changed a lot, but it's good to see there's still a few trout here. I don't know whether those 60 centimetre 4 pounders are still here or not, but it's worth trying. We had an epic flood in October 1993, and after that really super wet year and massive flood was the best trout fishing that I can remember. Beautiful run. Come on, fish, I know there's one in there. God, oh, he hit it and I missed him. Just about to say got him. I knew there'd be one there. There was always going to be one in there. I felt a bit of weight, so I don't think he'll come back. Oh, there's a swirl. Got him. Yes. I saw him swirl. I saw a big gold flash, and then he hit it. You beauty. Gee, the hookup rate's been great today. I've only used the one colour, and that's the green perch. Lovely brown trout. See you later, mate. I remember when I made my very first Strike Tiger micro spoon video a few years ago, when they very first launched them, they had a different sort of hook, more like a bait keeper hook, and the hookup rate was really poor. But they've since gone to sickle hooks, and I think that's made the world of difference, because the hookup rate now is so much better. This is second-hand water. There's been footprints all the way along, and yet the fish, even though they may be a little bit wary, I'm still hooking up quite well. Oh, there's a touch. Oh, I missed him. He hit it and I saw a swirl. He hit it and I saw a swirl. I doubt very much whether that fish will be back. Oh shit, didn't cast far enough. Oh yes, he is. He came straight back. Got him. I stuffed the cast up. I landed it about a metre shorter than where I wanted it, and I got him. You little beauty. Someone told me the other day I say that all the time, and I should make a compilation where I say you beauty. I can make a song. Yeah. What's that, number 5 or something? I'll see if I can just get that out now, mate. Hang on. Sorry about the dodgy camera angle. Alright, here we go. Can I get the underwater release? You beauty, you beauty. That really was a cutie. You ripper! I'm having so much fun. Can you tell? Right folks, the Strike Tiger micro spoon, it has worked a treat. I used the green perch colour today and I had an absolute blast. Remember, if you're using these in the small streams, they are dynamite. They work best when you retrieve them downstream with the current, and slow down a bit. Don't retrieve them fast like you would a bladed spinner. They work best with quite a slow retrieve. Now, I'll put links in the video description below to where you can buy these too, by the way. Now it's time to put down that bit of metal, pick up this bit of metal, and make my way through the jungle all the way up to the top of the hill and back to the car, hacking anything in my path. Folks, thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, want to give it a big fat thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.